Hello K-freaks, my name is Ara and welcome to my channel. Today I'll show you how to make K-pop charms from shrink plastic. This is a very easy project and you only need a few materials. Also, you can use recycled plastic or you can buy the commercial one. Today I'm focusing on how to make jewelry specifically with this plastic, but there is a ton of different projects that you can include it on, and I'm pretty sure that some of them you have never thought about them. So if you wanna see more projects with the shrink plastic, comment down below. So I hope that you really like this video, and without further ado, let's go with the tutorial. We're gonna need a plastic container. It's very important that this container has to contain the number 6. It has to be plastic number 6. It's the only one that shrinks and gets smaller. Or you can buy the commercial versions. There is a ton of different brands and you can buy them online or in a local store, and they come in different colors. A piece of a fine sandpaper, a template with the logos or anything that you want to put on your jewelry. Just take in account that everything is gonna shrink the half of the size. So to color the shrink plastic, you have different options: paint markers, normal permanent markers, soft pastels, and color pencils. To seal our projects also we have different options: school glue, which is my least favorite, clear nail polish, varnish, any varnish for DIYs, and my favorite, which is the 3D glue, the Dimensional Magic Mod Podge. So we will start by taking our plastic container and cutting the part that is flat. You can use the part that is not, but that will affect to your project because the lines will still there when you shrink your plastic, so it's better for you if you use only the flat parts. So you only have to sand your plastic if you are using color pencils or soft pastels, because they will not stick to your plastic if you don't sand it. So what I'm doing here, I'm just sanding it with a fine sandpaper. As I said before, it's 150, this one, and I'm doing it in different directions so it's all even, and you should end up with something like this. It should be very smooth but blurry at the same time. Now we will place our template under the plastic. And I placed it with the shiny part looking up because I'm using markers, and as I said before, you only have to use the sanded part with the color pencils and soft pastels. So here I'm just tracing all the shape of my template, which is the carded bunk. And the good thing about this is that even if you make a mistake, as it will shrink, it will not be that visible. Also with the colors, you don't have to color it very intense because when it shrinks, the color concentrates more. As you can see, I'm tracing this one with color pencils and I'm using the sanded part, of course. As you can see, there is a huge difference between pencils and a marker. But anyways, when it shrinks, it's not that visible, the difference, you're gonna see. Now I'm going to color with soft pastels. For this, I need a sponge, any sponge. It's just because the soft pastels produce a lot of dust, so you need to just take them away. You can use any method for coloring, but I personally like not to color like the whole thing. Just color the outer parts, the corners, with the soft pastels. Then I dab the sponge a little bit just to take off any excess, and then I drag a little bit the color to the inside part to make kind of a gradient effect. Yeah, don't worry because the colors look very soft. When it will shrink, the colors will be more visible. Once you're done, it's time to poke a hole depending on the charm that you will be making, and also to cut the piece, leaving just a little bit of space like all around. So this is how my Yoja Chingu charms look like. Cute, huh? You can do so many ideas and so many combinations. For example, in this one, I'm using normal permanent marker, not acrylic markers as I used before. And I'm doing the same thing, poking a hole and cutting it to size depending on what I want to make. Here I'm using a black piece of shrink plastic. Of course, it's a commercial one. And I'm just writing with a white marker, white paint marker, soul, because I don't know, I just liked it, like the word. And those are all the charms that I made. I love them all. Now you have to preheat your oven to 165 degrees only from the upper part. Use some oven paper between the tray and the charms and then put them in the oven for just a few seconds and you'll see how they'll shrink and they'll turn from this to this. I'm not able to take you to my oven, but I'm using a heating tool just to make sure that you know what will happen on your oven. The piece will shrink a lot and you will think that it sticks together, but it's not. You just have to wait until it turns completely flat. And then when it's still flat and a little bit hot, you have to take it out from the oven and then press it a little bit with something like a glass or a rug or something like this, something that the plastic will not stick to it. And you should have something like this. Once you are done shrinking your plastic, it's time to seal it. And I recommend you to seal it first with the clear nail polish just to make sure that the varnish or the 3D Mod Podge will not affect to your markers. And also I'm adding some glitter in some parts that I thought that it will be good, like the top part of the lightstick, and I'm adding the glitter before the nail polish dries. I recommend you to test how your markers react to anything that you're using to sealing before to seal your project. And you are done, or you can add my special touch, which is the 3D Magic Mod Podge or any glue that is 3D. I just put like a dot and then with something like a toothpick or something pointy, I just spread it all over the charm and let it dry for a good amount of hours. I love these earrings, really. And this is how they will look like once they are completely dried. As you can see, they have like a special shine and volume on top. And now the final step is just to add the jewelry bases or anything that you want to make with this plastic shrink things, these charms. I made a keychain, a bracelet, a ring, a choker, 2 earrings. Yeah, I made a ton of things. And yeah, we are done. So that's all for today's video. I hope that you really like it. I love all of them, and if you make any of these, I would love to see a picture on any of my social media. Don't forget to comment down below if you want to see a second part or more ideas on what to make with shrink plastic. I would love to show you. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Annyeong!